when I went back down to Mexico, it was probably about 7 in the morning, and I was just getting ready to wake up and go to the gym, and the phone rang. And I picked up the phone, and it was Vince McMahon, and he was on speakerphone with Vince Russo. And he basically said, hey, so we got this character that we would like to throw by you and see if you feel comfortable playing this character. If you don't feel comfortable playing this character, let us know, and we'll find something that you will feel comfortable playing. Because the bottom line is, if you don't feel comfortable playing a certain character, there's no way it's going to get over. You have to have presented with. And so, when Vince told me Val Venis was a former film star turned pro wrestler, the first thing that popped into my head was, Jesse Ventura, the whole Hollywood thing, it's already been done. But then he said, actually, Val Venis was a former porn star turned pro wrestler. That's when I said, okay, I'm in. I didn't even hesitate. And then I remember Vince telling me, hey, well, maybe you want to think about it for 24 hours. And I go, no, I don't need to think about that. Former porn star turned pro wrestler, I'm in.
And who came up with, obviously, your voice was so synonymous with the character, but, you're almost deeper and doing the hello, lady, and the towel and everything else. Is that kind of you and Russo coming up with it, or that's basically your idea for the character?
No, Vince kind of drew out the original outline of the character. The towel came into play when the very first vignette I did, when I walked out of the shower and I put the towel around my waist, I said to myself, heck, nobody ever walks down to the ring with a towel around their waist. That's perfect for me. So it was the very first vignette when we were just doing a towel scene, and it just popped into my head, hey, I should really wear this down to the ring. And then I believe it was either the second or the third vignette, I can't recall, we started the vignette out with, hello, ladies. And it popped into my head, I should say that every single time. So as we were doing the vignettes, we were already developing more into the character as we moved forward. And so, it was just basically Vince had a basic outline of what he felt the character should be, and then we just built off of that initial outline of the original character.
So funny that character goes in perfectly with the Attitude Era, and it's just like oil and vinegar almost. It just goes together so perfectly, peanut butter and jelly, and it just kind of just fit with where Vince was going, and went perfectly. And your first feud, so to speak, was with Kai, and then you get the infamous Choppy Your Pee-Pee with Yamaguchi-san, and so on. What was it like, with that whole angle when that was proposed to you? Were you like, this is going to be a lot of fun, or like, this is kind of getting a little crazy now?
No, I thought it was going to be a lot of fun, and it really was. It was one of the things where up until I got into the WWE, I was basically just a hard-nosed wrestler, old school style hard-nosed wrestler. That's the characters that I played in Puerto Rico, in Europe, in Mexico, in Japan, and so when I came to WWE and they put that character on me, WWE didn't come out and say, hey, don't really wrestle too much, just focus on your character. They gave me the character and basically allowed me to wrestle when the bell rang. And to me, that was a perfect combination. I can come down there and do the things that were entertaining and were fun, and then once that bell rang, it was back to old school style, hard-nosed wrestling. And so, to me, it was a perfect combination, especially for the Attitude Era.